Hey guys, I'm Celestina Garcia from Sustainable Food Committee. As you know, Collins Fest is happening online this year, so I thought I'd share my favorite recipe right now, which is this potato leek soup. Here I have cumulatively about 2 pounds of potatoes. Some of it I've already quartered, so I'm going to just quarter the rest of these. Maybe we can have like a montage. Alright, so I've cut my 2 pounds of potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and put them in this bowl for later. Oh god. Pro tips, always remember to wash your hands before you cook. Practice good knife safety. This is fresh turmeric. It looks like a weird little cocoon when it's fresh. And so I've peeled half a piece of turmeric over here, and I'm going to take my very fine grater and just going to grate up some turmeric. Watch out for your knuckles and fingers. This is very strong. Wow. And it's going to dye my hands. So if you want, you can use dried turmeric. I use about 2 tablespoons. Or you can wear gloves. It smells very strong, very earthy, but also very bright. It is in the ginger family, fun fact. And that's what it looks like when it's all ground up. And we're going to move on to our garlic. So, I have taken 4 cloves and peeled them off this garlic. And now we're going to smash them. So you're going to take the flat of your knife and the heel of your hand, and you're just going to smash it. So you just want this real small, real little, fine, as they say. All right, I'm going to take my other garlic, and we're going to do the same thing for all 4. All right, so I've chopped all the garlic finely, and I'm just going to scoop it up and put it in. This is the same container I put the turmeric in, so that's fine. And we're going to put this aside for later. This is a leek. I'm not washing these leeks before I cut them because there's really no point. The dirt's all in between these leaves, and you can't really get to them unless you cut them. What you want to use is the white to light green parts. So I'm going to cut this one about here. So what we're going to do is cut these to about 1 inch. So you're just going to go down through it and see there's all this dirt inside. So we're definitely going to wash these after we cut them. We're using 4 large leeks. And we're going to stop just right above the base. And leeks are onions. They're a type of onion. And it hurts. It hurts. Alright, so now I'm going to cut each of these in half. Now I'm going to put these all into a colander. And I'm going to try and just break these up as best I can as I go, so that we can really get the dirt. Alright, so now we're just going to run these under the water until it is nice. Well, until I'm satisfied with it. Alright, and now we move to the stove. I'm going to add about this much butter. or 3 tablespoons to a hot soup pot on medium-low. Then once that is all melted down, I'm gonna add my leeks. And these are gonna cook down. So I'm gonna stir to the best of my ability. Make sure they all get a chance and just let them sit over the heat until they're nice and small and soft. And with the leeks, we're gonna add our garlic and turmeric. All right, so the leeks have reduced down to about half of where we started. You want them really soft and limp like these. I've added my spices. Those were cayenne, salt, pepper, a little bit of mustard, and a little bit of ground ginger. And then I added a squeeze of lemon. All right, so I think we're ready to add our potatoes. And I'm just gonna dump these in. Stir them up a little. All right. Now I'll add my liquid. And so first, I'm gonna add one of these. This is just 32 ounces or a quart of vegetable broth. And then I'm going to add, let's see, half a cup of dry sherry. I'll add my sprigs. This is bay leaf. This is thyme. This is rosemary. And then this is tarragon. And now I'm going to add half of this carton. So there should be about 6 or 7 cups of liquid. And then I'm going to turn the heat up so that the liquid will come to a boil. And then after that, we're going to let it simmer for about 15 minutes or until you can poke the potatoes with a fork and it's soft. There's not much resistance. All right, so we'll let this boil. All right, so now I'm going to add the heavy cream. I'm going to do about 1.5 cups. And what I'm going to do is temper it. And that's to prevent the cream from curdling when it hits the hot liquid. So to do that, you take spoonfuls of your hot liquid, spoon it in, and stir it up real fast. And this brings it to temperature and helps it keep from curdling. Alright, so we boiled potatoes for about 15 minutes, maybe a little less. They're nice and soft, and when I poke them with a fork, it just goes right in. So now I have to fish out the sprigs of herbs, because you don't want those to gunk up the immersion blender and make a really weird, gross texture in your soup. I'm going to be using an immersion blender today, but if you don't have one, you can also spoon or ladle in ladlefuls of the soup into a regular blender, and it'll work the same way. It just takes a little bit longer. Finally, I'm going to immersion blend the soup. So you take your immersion blender, stick it into the soup, and press the on button. This one has a high and a low. I'm going to start with low.